Hey, welcome back to Two Super Guys Trade Stocks. I'm Dylan.
And I'm Vinny. And holy crap, I'm so excited for this one. We can finally do it because we've been calling this one all along. So has Mr. Main Man Charlie Munger here been talking about the fact that Alibaba very well may be going to the moon.
Finally! All right, if you like this kind of entertaining stock market content and probably a lot of stress, go ahead and give us a like and subscribe, and let's get started. I messed up again. Two Super Guys Trade Stocks. My new favorite thing
Yeah,
is just whispering into the mic during that thing.
yeah, that's good. My favorite thing is just the beauty of this particular slide here. We have my main man, Charlie Munger, just laid back, relaxing, knowing that his Baba stock is going to go to the moon eventually. We have the Artemis rocket in the background, in case you're not aware. It launches tomorrow morning for the test mission, Artemis 1. Hopefully, going to be actually the first trip back to the moon since the Apollo missions, which is pretty fantastic. And it's going to go 40,000 miles, I'm sorry, yeah, miles out past the moon. So it'll be the furthest distance a man-capable spacecraft has ever traveled from Earth. So, will Alibaba also go to the moon? That's the real question.
Honestly, we could have a podcast just on space stuff because nothing turns me on more than space
Yeah,
stuff.
sexy. I love it. So this is Alibaba attempting to go to the moon. You know, had a little bit of a failure to start here. This is a 5-day chart, right? Look at this big green sexy volume bar coming in here. Oh man, that is a sexy volume bar. Unfortunately, this is the day that Jay Powell came out and just tanked the damn market, and Alibaba was not going to be able to resist that, right?
Yet, to be fair, this was tanking before he spoke.
Okay. Yeah, true. But what I want to talk about here, so this is the whole market kind of sell 5-day chart too. So, brutal basically is the point here. But what
Brutal.
was the news story that created this massive green sexy volume bar? Right? This was it. This is the headline from the PCAOB. For those of you who are not aware, the whole Foreign Companies Accountable Act, we have a bunch of videos on similar topics. The whole idea is that the U.S. wants our accounting oversight board to be able to audit the books of Chinese auditing companies to ensure that they are in compliance, right? And they have been able to do so. Right? Since the Sarbanes-Oxley Act, they were supposed to be able to allow this, but China's never allowed it. Finally, their first step, they have an agreement on paper between this accounting oversight board and the Chinese regulators and the SEC, basically, which allows them to now audit the auditors. Yeah.
Right. So
Always,
essentially, all the delisting fears are now. This is the argument. Well, now
exactly.
everyone
This
can
is
delist it, right?
a very positive step towards no delisting for Chinese equities. All right. This is more quotes from their actual announcement here. On paper, this agreement signed today completes the access to audit working papers, audit personnel, and need to inspect and investigate any firm we choose. There's no loopholes. There's no exceptions. This is carte blanche, if you will. They have full access and authority to do as they wish in terms of auditing Chinese companies and their accounting audit firms.
Just to real quick, what's the PCAOB?
It's a public committee for accounting oversight board,
Good,
basically. Yeah.
sweet. I just want to make
Um,
sure that everyone. They're the people in charge of accounting for foreign people, basically China. They're really the only ones that are giving us a hard time.
no, no, they're a U.S. entity. They
No, no,
oversee
I
all auditing companies.
I meant they're U.S. for foreign investments, but really China is the main one who's not playing
Yeah,
ball right now.
exactly. That's the one that's a problem. They said that they are making the preparations to have boots on the ground by mid-September, moving very, very fast for a government entity. I was quite impressed by that. Um, they're hoping they could actually have an answer of compliance by the end of December, which would be
That's
pretty awesome.
crazy fast.
I,
I'll
I know, right?
believe that when I see it.
That is definitely the tone I take from this too. Is that on paper, this gives them everything they want. They just have to see if it actually, when they show up at the door and knock on the door, if they're truly given the access that they were promised on paper. That's kind of the tone of this whole thing. Is that this is exactly what they need. They just have to see if they actually hold up their end of the bargain from these Chinese auditing agencies. Then this is truly like the end of the whole delisting risk at all. So we just have to see if they follow through on what they put on paper here.
I really got to see the stock's being held down so much by delisting fears. Even people on past Baba videos, right? People won't touch it because of fear of delisting. If this goes through, apparently in December, which seems insanely fast for a government agency, I wonder what happens to the stock because. I mean, so many people, if you ask anyone in China, it's like, well, don't invest in China. You never know what's going to happen. This solves all those problems.
I agree. Like, if this truly happens the way that it's like, kind of spelled out here, then this is an end to the China delisting risk for Alibaba. Don't get me wrong, there are other narratives that you still have to pay attention to, but this takes a major kind of point of contention out and eliminates it potentially in the next few months, which is a really short timeline for government entities.
So if Baba hits 70 in between then and now, do you buy more?
I don't know if I buy more. I'm happy with the position I have. I'm trying to buy more Meta and Google right now.
I might buy more.
But I'm going to keep selling options. Maybe I'll do a short-term options trade, like buy a call contract at that point.
I might do calls. That's still a bit safer because I already have like 200 shares. I'm just good with that.
Some out-of-the-money calls, maybe expiring in January.
That's not a bad idea. Ooh, that could be interesting. Ooh, all right.
Yeah.
Money calls all right, guys. January. All right, guys.
Yeah. Let us know what you think in the comments below.
Have a good one.